Hello, and thank you all for tuning to my YouTube channel. I'm here to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, and to have real talk and real conversation. Thank you for taking time to watch despite your busy schedule. Today, I want to talk about a subject that's really simple, and it's simply run your race. Run your race. We all run races in life, or have when we're younger or even now, whether it's sprints, marathons, walk, runs, intervals, speed walking, whatever the case may be. We all have ran races in life. However, what I'm referring to is not only that, but also run your race, meaning you're running your race in life. We are all in this race from earth to glory. We're all going to get to from earth to glory, meaning heaven, in a number of different ways, meaning that we're going to go at different speeds. Some of us may be slower than others. Some of us may be faster than others. Some of us going to go through more trial and tribulation than others. Some of us going to have, all of us going to have trials and tribulations and storms and various things. But, we're going to have some obstacles. We have some challenges, right? But we all are in this race called life. We all go through different things. So the first thing I want to say to you is do what you're called to do. God has given to each of us a calling. We all have different gifts, talents, abilities, and skill set, right? So do what you know God has called you to do. If you don't know, pray about it. And God will show you, whether it's through his word, through prayer, through someone else, or whatever the case may be. Do what you're called to do. Also, don't worry about what others think. And that's something I struggle with, y'all, is that I worry about what people think. You know what I'm saying? And that gets me in trouble because then I'm going outside of either what God has called me to do, or I'm doing something what someone else think I should do, and I'm not being obedient to what God wants me to do because I'm worried about what other people think. I'm trying to be a people pleaser and not a God pleaser. So always be a God pleaser and don't worry about what other people think. Because people are going to talk about you anyway. They talked about Jesus, right? And he was perfect. So just imagine that they're gonna talk about you for sure. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about what other people think. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna say something. Even when you're doing good, they're gonna talk about you. When you're doing bad, they're gonna talk about you. So you just run your race and don't worry about what other people think. And then finally, don't compare yourself to others. I know when I occasionally preach or prep for a sermon or whatever the case may be, sometimes I tend to think about other preachers, some of my mentors, and I think, well, dang, I don't speak like them, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. And then when I first started preaching, I tried to emulate or be like somebody else, and it was not me. And even though the message may have been effective, but I know deep down it wasn't me, meaning that I wasn't being my true self because I thought I had to be a certain way. And then here recently, as I started speaking more here lately, God had just telling me to just be you, be what I created you to be, speak what I put on your heart to speak, and do it the way I told you to do it. At the end of the day, you're uniquely made. You're Brian Woodson, and you speak, you sing, you work, you do the YouTube channel, you do whatever it is, you organize, you make your financial decisions, you live your life, you do it the way that I want you to do. Because at the end of the day, everybody else, we can't compare and contrast. When we compare and contrast, we get ourselves in trouble, we get discouraged, we get into debt, we tend to want what somebody else wants or what somebody else has. We tend to, try to, we get envious, we get jealous. I mean, the list goes on and on. So do what God called you to do. Run your race. Don't worry what others think, which is easier said than done because we like to, let's just be real. We're human, we're flesh. We like for people to like us and to be pleased with us and to be satisfied with us. But what's more important, God or people? God, right? And then run your race by don't compare yourself to somebody else because I could have a minister friend or a good coworker, and let's just say the coworker is better than me in certain skills, certain areas. I get discouraged, right? But I may be better with them in another area than what they are. At the end of the day, we may have the same job, but may have different skill sets to make that job effective. It's okay. We both get the job done in a different way, right? I shouldn't be jealous of them. I shouldn't say, dang, let's be real, we do. I know I do sometimes, right? Comparing ourselves, and then worrying about what they think or whatever. Just be you. Be who God called you to be. Run your race. Encourage other people to run their race. And when you both run your race together, and you're both doing what God has called you to do, and you're not worrying about what other people think, and you're not comparing yourself to that person besides you running the race, then you'll be an effective runner in running your race to getting from earth to glory. We all got an assignment to do here on earth. And as long as we got breath, we have an opportunity to be a blessing, to impact lives, and to run our race efficiently in the way that God wants us to run it. But not by not allowing the distraction of worrying about other people and comparing ourselves to others. But just do what God called you to do. Because when you do what God's calling you to do, you'll be effective, you'll be healthier, you'll be happier, you'll have a joy, you had a peace that surpasses all understanding. And not doing what other people think you should do, but what God has called you to do. So just think about that and meditate on that. May God bless you. May God keep you. Run your race. If nothing else, read Hebrews 12, verse 1 and verse 2. That's encouraging, and that should help you also to keep in mind about running your race and the support we have in running our race as well. May God bless you. Until next time, BD Wood, I'm out. I love you, and I appreciate you very much.